rapists. My goal with this legislation is to prevent women who are not SA'd from getting abortions. I don't understand why that's so hard for you to understand.
And who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Now you're just asking questions about my identity? How is this relevant to the conversation?
Don't interrupt me. Who do you think you are to try to have control over 170 million women and girls' bodies in this country?
Hey, everyone.
Fetus the fetus, big Leo, Asian pronouns.
Bruh, I was waiting to get on this panel until this 18-year-old shows up.
Yeah, 18 and he, him.
He completely demolishes these feminists to the point where they start shrieking and become deranged. It got so bad that they start ganging up on him and muting him, the host and the moderator on the bottom. And you'll never guess what happens at the end.
Year and month that you were born?
Yeah, May 2006. All right. So when you say pro-choice all 9 months, do you have an argument for that?
Were you not here for the last conversation?
We don't need to have a fucking argument for that, because here's the thing, Leo. It is not my business, Natalie's business, anyone in the chat's business, your business, the decisions that are made between a woman and her doctor. So we don't really need to justify it to you.
I could, though.
Well, okay, just to be clear, you actually do not have an argument for the proposition pro-choice all 9 months. So if you don't have an argument, how did you get to the conclusion?
Did I not just say that I did?
Leo, hold on, Natalie.
Sorry.
Are these the muters? These are the muters, bro.
Yeah.
Muting people, bro.
I'll pass it over to you in just a minute. Leo, my point is, before Roe v. Wade was overturned, was it not okay, right? There were not doctors, at 8 months, like say when I was 8 months pregnant, I walked in and said, and I never would have, never fucking mind, I would like a lethal AB. Do you understand? Lethal ABs don't happen past a certain point. No doctors are going to perform those.
Yeah, I can grant that.
Okay.
I agree.
So you should understand what pro-choice all 9 months is.
Yeah, pro-choice all 9 months is
a problem.
Yeah, pro 9 months is generally the belief that up until viability, it's okay for an abortion to be lethal, but after viability, you should remove the fetus using the gentlest means necessary. I understand what pro-choice all 9 months means. I just want to know why someone should hold that belief.
Unless they need to save the mother, right? And hopefully the baby would be born and be viable and all that, and everything would be great. Or they find out that the baby's going to have absolutely no quality of life. No quality of life at all.
Yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, I'm just asking why you think a woman should have a right to an abortion in general cases, like at 5 weeks, maybe. Why do you think an abortion's okay at 5 weeks?
Because it's justified. It's 100.
Okay. Why is it justified?
It's a justified unaliving. I don't grant any what's the word that I'm looking? value. I don't grant any value.
Awesome.
Yeah, first of all, so you're saying, up until
this big.
Okay, yeah. So you're saying that it's
hold on a second.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Continue.
No, you're good. I was just gonna add up until about I'd say 20 to 22 weeks, I just don't hold value in something that cannot deploy sentience. It can't feel pain. And I know that you're going to bring up, in some studies, the baby can feel pain. How do you feel pain without sentience to feel pain?
No, I'm not gonna do anything like that. Don't worry. I'm not bad faith like a lot of other pro-lifers on this app.
You'd be surprised.
I would just point out the fact that I think something can be harmed even if it doesn't experience pain. I can give a quick example. Imagine someone's in a coma and they get unalived in their sleep and they don't feel it. Presumably they were still harmed. So pain is not necessary for harm. Therefore, the fetus could still be harmed absent the fact that there's no pain, right?
So in your example of a coma, right? Do you think it's okay to pull the plug on a brain unalive individual? Do you think that that's justified?
It would depend on whether they have future experiences or if they're
They
going to
wouldn't
have,
be able to. That's what brain unalived means.
then I
I'm not
think.
talking about. I'm not talking about like a regular coma.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. I understand. Yeah. No, I think an abortion would, sorry, not an abortion. I think pulling the plug in those cases would be okay because you're not depriving them of any valuable future experiences. But an abortion will deprive an individual of valuable experiences, or at least it can. That's why I advocate against it.
Do you
Okay.
advocate? Sorry.
I just first off, we need to double tap to 25K. Everyone, please fill up the bar as many times as you can.
No. No.
If we're gonna have an issue with that, then I'm gonna switch to sub only chat. I'm just not having it tonight. I'm just not having it. Leo, are you married?
He's
Not
only
yet.
18.
Maybe one day though.
Okay. So given the fact that you are
He's
not
losing the
married,
argument.
right? If you want to prevent somebody else from having an AB that you are sleeping with, then what do you need to have done?
Sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
Okay. So let me start with this. Do you think that if you had smex with a woman and she got pregnant and she said, I want to have an AB, that you would have a say-so in that?
I don't think that I should have a say on whether a man or a woman, on whether a woman gets an abortion. I just don't think a woman should have a say either. I think that it should be illegal. So I don't think anyone should have a say. Does that make
I
sense?
have a question.
No, that
But
doesn't.
do you answer
Okay,
my
well,
fucking question? My
Yeah,
question.
the answer would be no. Right?
My question is, again, let me ask this. If you have smex with let's pretend you have a girlfriend. I don't know if you do. Okay. And she gets pregnant and she says, I'm going to go have an AB. Do you think that you have a right to step in and say, I don't think that you should have an AB?
Oh, do I have the right to say that? Yes, I have the right to say that because of free speech. Do I have the right to physically restrain her? Probably not.
Okay. So you think that you have an opinion on the matter over her body?
Well, obviously, I have an opinion. That's just trivial. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. But yeah, I do have an opinion on it. I don't necessarily. I can't I can't restrain her. That's the job of the law enforcement. I don't believe in vigilantism.
Job of the law enforcement.
Well, yeah, I don't think a woman should have the right to unalive child in the womb, right?
So I have a question. Not that this matters really, because I don't really care in either case. Do you hold exceptions for the instances of rape, life of the mother, and or incest?
Yeah, I would grant an essay and life of the mother exception.
Not an incest exception.
Well, usually incest falls under the two categories I mentioned, right?
Usually.
Oh,
Usually-
in cases where it doesn't? If in cases where it's a healthy pregnancy and it was consensual, no, I don't think an abortion's okay in those instances.
So, Leo, how's this going to work? Who's going to regulate this? If you're giving, how kind of you, by the way, to give an exception to what a woman can do with her body. But how is it going to work? How are you going to regulate this? How is the government or whoever going to regulate this, given the fact, right, that it takes time to go through the court process? And by that point, what?
That's not the view.
Probably given fucking birth.
Oh, I don't hold the view where a woman has to prove that she was essayed.
Do you realize that
I hold
everyone...
an-
Okay,
I hold
hold
a
on a
view-
second. Leo, wait, with what you just said, that's really dangerous because you want to know why.
Yeah,
Now you're putting women in the situation where they're going in to have an abortion and that now they're lying, right?
That's
And
not-
in this case, they're putting men in a dangerous situation because what if this was consensual, but now they're going to be forced to lie and say it was unconsensual. And now all of these men are going to be holed up in the court systems, proving their innocence.
What?
It's going to be a fucking mess.
Well, first of all, I wouldn't require a woman to tell us who essayed her. I think you should trust women when they say that they were essayed. So I think the similarity.
Okay, but did you hear the first part about how women are just going to lie about this now and it won't even fucking matter?
Wait, well, first of all, it would matter, and I can give an argument for why it would matter.
Sure.
Yeah, all else equal, if you make severe punishments for getting an abortion absent of essay, this will serve as some type of motivation for a woman to not get an abortion, right? So let's say we have two possible worlds, and one of the possible worlds, a woman will get a fine, maybe actually she goes to jail for 10 years for getting an abortion. And then we have another possible world where that's not the case. Obviously, all else equal, the world in which there's this heavy fine or imprisonment, women are going to be much more disincentivized to getting an abortion. So we could probably see the abortion rates would actually stop. So I actually reject the statement.
No, I hear you, Leo. Leo, you contradicted yourself. You just contradicted
myself. Are you saying that I affirmed and negated a premise?
Yeah, you contradicted yourself.
Okay, what was the proposition that I affirmed and negated?
Leo, hush for a minute. I need to
I'll explain.
Make a little bit of an announcement. So we have several people in the guest request. We have friendlies, I'm assuming. We have ops. So we're going to do this thing where we're going to get to so many likes and then we're going to bring somebody up. Okay? Each time. So right now we're at 20. We're going to go to 30. 30K likes and we'll bring up the next person. Okay?
Yeah,
30K likes. So let's start.
Okay.
So here, I'll explain how you contradicted yourself. Yeah. So I asked you, right? Well, actually, Ashley asked you, how would you prove this, right? You said you wouldn't need a woman to prove it, right? You would just need their say-so. So how are they going to be jailed or fined if they don't need to prove it? You contradicted yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So under my view, maybe I could use a quick analogy. Let's say that a woman is being essayed and she unalives her attacker in self-defense, right? How would a police officer deal with a case like this? How do you think the law would respond to a case like this? Well, presumably there would be some sort of investigation and, they would look at all the relevant facts of the scenario. But if it's the case the woman said that she didn't unalive them and there's no evidence that she did, they'd believe the woman, right? Innocent until proven guilty. So the same thing would apply in the case where they would have some sort of investigation afterwards. And unless there's some strong, compelling evidence that the woman's lying, it'd probably be justified. But again, this whole process would be extremely traumatizing to a woman who was lying, right? So why on earth would a woman ever lie to do this? It's going to be extremely rare. And because of this, I think that my stance can successfully accommodate for women who were essayed to get abortions while also denying the women who have not gotten essayed from getting abortions.
A second earlier, you said she shouldn't have to name her attacker.
Exactly.
When did I say that she should? I never said that. I just gave an analogy.
Know.
You said
I just gave an analogy.
Shouldn't. You said that she shouldn't have to.
Yep. I still
what she has to do is go to the AB clinic and say, I was raped, so I granted this exception and I want this AB.
Yes, and then the police officers will do some sort of investigation. They're going to ask her some questions.
Well, right. I hear you, Leo. Hold on.
Why the police afterwards?
Oh, yeah. In standard cases of self-defense, like let's say you're calling the police and saying, "Hey, some man is attacking me right now."
Yeah,
Stop. Okay, you don't understand self-defense. That's fine.
You claimed earlier that basically she can just go get the AB.
Yes. Wait, look.
She doesn't need.
Hold on. I just want to explain.
Actualize your right to self-defense, and then after the case, there's going to be an investigation.
Do not speak over me.
I want to explain something.
You said that she doesn't need to name her attacker.
This is the only power I have
she
because
can go
my
get
life
the AAB
is a living
and
hell.
not name the attacker. Did you say that? Yes or no?
Yes, I said that.
Okay, so then why would there be a follow-up police report if she doesn't have to name her attacker?
Well, firstly, there's no logical contradiction entailed, obviously. If you're asking for the pragmatic reason why, again, it's going to just serve as some sort of deterrence. And also, we just need this the same way we would need it in any general case of self-defense. I view abortion as self-defense in cases where the woman was essayed. And because of this, of course, you're going to still need some sort of legal investigation after a case where self-defense was actualized.
Okay,
so wait.
Fucking rambling. Stop.
Hey, what part of that do you not understand?
Hold on. I want to
straightforward question. What part of what I said do you not understand? Or what part do you disagree with? Where do you think I'm contradicting myself?
You're contradicting yourself where you said all she has to do is go get the AB if she was raped, and then you said she doesn't have to name the attacker. So my question
does that imply?
My question for you again, if she doesn't have to say who did it, then why would there be a police investigation?
Okay, I'll repeat this for the second time. So
No,
first,
okay, Leo.
we have
I
some
wanted
pragmatic incentive to do this.
Leo. I've been wanting to say why I think that this is the stupidest argument I've ever heard, Leo. Like, genuinely, I'm not trying to be a dick. I've heard some good fucking pro-life debates, and this is not one of them. So the reason why I'm saying that is because you sat here, you said you would grant it in the case of grape, right? And then we asked you, would she have to name the attacker? You said no. And then also in that statement, when you did say no, it doesn't make sense, Leo, because
oh, you're stuttering now because you realize that you're wrong. You're just walking.
No,
you're just talking yourself into like nothing right now. You realize that, right?
I fucking proved it.
Hold on, I'll literally explain.
And then she started stuttering because she realized that she's actually
No,
not
I
saying
literally
anything
just
meaningful.
stutter.
You did stutter. You were unable to finish your sentence because you realized that you were.
I literally always stutter. I hope you know that.
No, you're lost right now. You're lost in this
No,
conversation.
I'm trying to explain why it doesn't. Dude, can you let me finish? Okay.
Let's finish going on that rant you were going on.
It's not a fucking rant.
We're
it's
gonna
just,
let you go.
So basically,
this is
for
how
a
you
police
win.
officer or any part of law enforcement to, sorry, I literally, you made me fucking nervous because you mentioned the fucking
Now you're stuttering
stuttering.
again. Oh my god, this is so bad. No, I'm joking. Continue.
Okay. You know what? I really don't want to talk to you anymore because you're just a fucking asshole.
What
Like,
up,
I've literally,
What up?
I've debated
P,
so
dude?
many pro-lifers.
Oh my God,
I've
I'm
had
so
so many good
flustered.
conversations, and
You're
I've
so
actually
flustered.
like had people say that I'm a pretty nice person about it. Like,
Hey, look, you said
but seriously,
you said that my argument was the dumbest one you've ever heard, and then you proceeded to stutter for like 2
Get
minutes.
on the
It
road,
was just
get
really
him up.
embarrassing.
Get him up.
Look it again.
Hook him up.
What? What are you talking about? Can we
You
just finish?
should just believe her, and then later you said there should be a police
There's
investigation.
no contradiction entailed there. You can believe someone and also have an investigation against them. Wait, where's the contradiction?
You said earlier that she doesn't have to name her attacker.
In order to get the abortion, yes, I agree.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that an investigation can't follow afterwards. I don't see why that's not the case.
Okay. So then what you're
Golly, y'all
saying is after
stupid.
she gets the AB,
Yes.
then she's going to be forced to do what?
Yeah, to go to the police and tell her story. And if the police find sufficient evidence that she's actually lying, then there'd be some sort of court case.
right, Leo. But the thing is, you can't have significant evidence without knowing who the attacker is.
What's the argument for that?
What the fuck do you mean? What's the argument for that?
What's
How
the
do you even
argument for-
investigate?
Wait, just to be clear, what if she ends up saying, hey, I was actually lying the whole time. I wasn't SA'd. You don't think that's argument? You don't think that's evidence against the proposition that she was SA'd?
Who would do that?
Or not?
Whoa, now you're dodging the question. That was a yes or no question. I asked you, do you think that would be evidence against the hypothesis that she was SA'd?
We are assuming that okay, it's not.
Oh, you're stuttering again because you're lost.
You know what, dude? If you mention fucking
Sorry,
stuttering one more time, I will literally kick you and I will pay Ashley for it.
All right. Let's just
Because
continue.
it's fucking annoying. You know how many people fucking stutter, dude?
No, I stutter too. I just don't appreciate stuttering when it's a dodge to my question. I'm okay with stuttering if it's not a dodge. to my
No, do not make comments about the way people speak.
Okay.
Not acceptable.
Also, literally
Could
what
you
I was
address
trying
the
to
yes or no question
explain,
I asked you?
what I was trying to
Can you
explain
answer the yes or no question or no, not yet?
Stop it.
Leo.
If
No, you
we
can't answer it? Okay.
finish.
That's crazy, bro.
Leo.
Cooked him.
18 fucking years old and you want to have control over a woman's body.
Ugh.
That's disgusting.
That's just a pivot. I just want you to answer the yes or no question I asked.
I
Do you
will
want me to ask
answer
it again?
you if you stop interrupting me every time
Yeah,
I
could
try
you
to do
repeat the
something.
question I asked you?
You asked me if somebody
Yeah.
mentioning that they were
Buddy.
lying about it would be sufficient evidence.
Sufficient evidence against what?
Are you fucking serious? You know the question you asked. I know the question you asked.
Okay,
The
yeah,
answer
so
to
do
that
you
would
think
be,
that there be sufficient evidence against the proposition that she was SA'd? That's a yes or no?
it depends on the
Oh, it
situation.
depends.
Because,
So there could be a case where someone...
dude, if you're going to let me explain, I'll explain. But if you keep interrupting me, we
Okay,
can
no.
move on.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So what I was going to say is it depends on the situation, because there are some situations where police investigations will go on for hours in the cases of murder. And some people in the investigation room will say that they did it just to get out of said investigation room and then later are proved to not have done it. So in some cases, yes, and in some cases, no.
Here, you think that a woman who is facing the potential of 10 years in prison would lie and say that they did it so they couldn't stay in for an extra 2 hours? Do you actually think that? Do you actually hold that belief?
It seems like you think that, because the question you asked me was if them admitting to them, like, your question to me was not like, wasn't it just saying like, how if they go in and they say that they lied, how it would be evidence against them? Well, why would they say they lied, right? Why would they say that they lied about the
I was
baby?
addressing the first claim that was made. The claim was that there can't exist sufficient evidence if they don't know the attacker. And then I was addressing that by saying if they simply admitted that it was a lie, that would obviously be evidence against the proposition.
And if they don't know their fucking attacker, Leo?
Not going to be relevant.
How would that not be?
They don't need to know their attacker. They don't need to know their attacker for the proposition to be true, obviously.
Do you understand like what percentage of rapists are actually convicted and go to prison or jail?
My goal with this legislation is not to convict rapists. My goal with this legislation is to prevent women who are not as safe from getting abortions. I don't understand why that's so hard for you to understand.
And who the fuck do you think you are? Who do you think you are?
Are you just asking questions about my identity? How is this relevant to the conversation?
Don't interrupt me. Who do you think you are to try to have control over 170 million women and girls' bodies in this country?
Because they're doing something immoral with their bodies and they should be stopped from doing so.
Ooh, I have an answer. I have something to say. So you said immoral, right? Does that mean that you're religious?
No.
Then where do your morals come from?
My preferences?
Right, your preferences. They don't come from anything with value.
Wait, you don't think preferences have value? Do you have an argument for that?
Yeah, your own personal opinions and preferences should not legislate against other people.
What?
So what is legislation based off if not moral preferences?
Yeah, but your moral preferences, what are they based on?
Sorry, that didn't answer the question. I'll ask the question again. What are legal principles based off of if not moral preferences? How does that... Wait, that's not a clarifying question.
Yes, it is. I'm asking you where you get your morals from.
I just told you I get them from my preferences.
What makes you want to control women's bodies?
I have a preference against unjust unalivement.
You think it's unjust, but
yeah, and I can give an argument for it. Well, I've given an argument for it. Fantastic.
Do you think that there are times that it's just to unalive somebody?
Yeah.
Okay, like give me an example.
Sure. Let's say a man comes up and tries to unalive me, and I unalive them in self-defense. That'd be justified unalivement.
So you're protecting your body, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
I have a question.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's the same. That's the same thing that women are doing.
There's a bit of a difference there. Can I explain the difference?
They're protecting their bodies.
There's a big difference. Yeah, but there's a big difference.
It's a parasite. Are you going to continue to interrupt me?
Oh,
there's-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really starting to piss me off.
Sorry,
That's
but you're drawing a false equivalency here. Can I just explain to you why it's a false equivalency?
No, I can explain to you why
Right,
it's a false
right. They
equivalency.
don't want it.
Equivalency.
They don't want
This
it.
is-
Yeah.
Listen, Leo. First, I want to
That's
inform
crazy,
you,
bro.
if you weren't aware before, that nowhere in here does it say debate. It doesn't say debate here. It doesn't when you join the live. It says let's chat. And you're sitting up here like one of these pro-lifers. Gotcha. Like, this is a life and unaliving matter. Women are losing their lives. Do you know how many women have had to give birth to their rapist babies since Roe v. Wade was overturned?
Probably not even a fraction of the children that are unalive through abortion.
No, that's not what I
babies.
asked you. That's not what I
Yeah.
I
asked you.
think it's 22,000.
He said something stupid, and I want to say it.
Our babies.
So here's what you said, right? So you said that in the case of like just unalivings, right? You said that self-defense is the biggest one, and that
I
would
said
be
in
the
some
life of the
cases.
mother.
In some
Okay.
cases, that's the same.
Okay.
Interrupting.
She strawman my position. I was just clarifying.
No,
No,
I don't
I'm-
give a fuck.
No, I can't clarify. Okay.
Obviously, your mother didn't raise you to have any fucking manners.
Right. And cursing at people is
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
So what
that's
I was
what's happening to you.
Okay, so what I was trying to say was before you
Okay.
interrupted me again, and if you do it one more time, you're out. Okay, you're literally out. I do not care anymore.
That's crazy, bro.
What I was going to say was the fact that you said that you only think that just unalivings are in the cases of self-defense. And why I think that that was a bad point was because then you also, in the same sentiment, said that grape was also a just unaliving. So how would that be just if it's not in self-defense?
Okay. I can answer that question. So firstly, I just want to make myself clear. I don't think that all instances of self-defense entail a justified unalivement, but obviously all instances of abortion are going to be self-defense. It's a simple fact that the fetus is using the mother's bodily resources without the mother's consent. This means that the mother is simply defending her right to bodily property by unaliving it. Therefore, it is self-defense. But this isn't confused.
You're just being the fucking most pro-choice.
Yeah, I mean, it may sound pro-choice at first glance until I clarify that the reason why the right to self-defense cannot be actualized by women in cases of non-SA is because the mother forced the child to exist in a state of dependency. So when you force someone to exist in a state where they attack you, you don't have the right to unalive them. Consider this case. Let's say I press a button and it forces someone to attack me. I can't just unalive them because I'm the one who forced them to attack me. So when someone forces someone to attack them, then their right to self-defense is no longer justified. And when a woman opens her legs, that's exactly what she does.
Ugh, bro. She just.
What about when a man puts his fucking penis inside? Does that not also, like, what the fuck is with you guys saying the whole fucking bullshit of when women open their legs? You're fucking.
Yeah, I'm saying that when women open their legs, this would signify some sort of voluntary cause of a certain state of affairs that will now follow.
Yeah, you're just gross.
But why is somebody in the comment section saying that a galaxy was sent to kick him? I didn't see that.
I didn't either, but I also
like schizophrenic or something. That did not happen.
Oh, we're not okay. Since you keep doing that shit.
No, I didn't say you were. I said
no.
Now you're gonna drop me.
You're gone.
That's crazy, bro. They were waiting for that, bro.
What did he say?
Yeah.
He keeps talking. He's being fucking ableist, and he just brought up schizophrenia, and I'm just not doing it anymore.
LOL.
So he's gone.
Like
The cove is real.
He kept bringing up the stuttering, then he brought up schizophrenia, and now you're done.
I need this guy's freaking phone number, bro. I need it, bro.
Holy shit.
I need it, bro.
A lot of haters in the comment section.
Want to bring up a new person?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
He didn't cook anything. This is not a debate, by the way. This is a discussion. Like we are talking about women and girls losing their lives.
Big
and you guys want to make it into a debate.
Big old debates.
You want to sit here and try to have control, but since Roe v. Wade was overturned, yes, women have been bleeding out in parking lots. That is for real.
Too bad.
And you know what? All right, so I'm bringing up two people.
Saw me, I'm out.
Again, looking for opposition. So if you're not opposition, you're getting... I am bringing up another friendly too.
Word. All I gotta say, Leo.
Wait,
change your...
no. We haven't addressed you.
We also didn't address Leo because he was cooking the fuck out of y'all.
Shut
Holy
up,
shit, bro! Y'all ass.
What's your goddamn
contradiction? What's the justification for the action to be able to infringe upon one's negative right to life, especially if you placed it within a state of dependency consensually?
Okay, I'm gonna need to.
Whoa, bro!
I'm gonna need you to take a big deep breath.
Justification.
2 or 3.
Unaliving.
I got.
Bro, that was a crazy argument.